everything about from like a super mileage team to an a cappella group to, Michael Bublé. Come on, all the great music has already been written, and we get up there and sing that kind of stuff. Spoken word, all in the school that you lead, all in the school that you create. So one of those other traditions at this thing is I like having this shot with you kind of one more time, because at graduation, where sometimes principals give long talks and everything else like that, what I'm impressed with every year is the quality of the student speakers that come up there. And I just, at graduation, I promise you, I'm going to be really short and get out of the way to give our community the gift of hearing some representatives from your class speak. So I'd like to take advantage of this to have one more shot with you. And another tradition, of course, is that probably in the next 6 seconds I'll start bawling. Okay, so we'll just get that out there. It's going to happen. All right? So every year I try to think about what's the thing I want to be able to say to the group that goes that accomplishes a couple things. One, doesn't make a fool out of me, and two, feels like it's unique to you and not just kind of another set of words. And as I thought about that with you guys, one of the things that came to me is an idea that over the kind of the 4 years that you've been here, you know, it's been referenced a couple times in here. It was referenced in Mark's spoken word piece, is this idea of Eagle Nation. You know, that didn't really, exist kind of before you became freshmen, but it has really taken root in the time that you're here. And I don't want to kind of try to create something that feels all slogany and that kind of stuff, but I really do believe that it is something that has taken a foothold during your time here in a lot of ways because of the things that have happened as you come through, but profoundly in the year that you've led us. You know, there was a reason why we said, let's invest this year and let's get this up around our school. Let's put out there that this is who we are. And let's put out there what that means. And I'd love to tell you these are things that, I came up with. But rather, what they are things that I recognize that you do. They are things that you do. And as I thought about how you frame up the things that you do in a way that feels like one last piece of advice that there can be as you go off into the world, I thought about 3 things. A number of years ago, I had a chance to read in an Eden Prairie yearbook, way back, an Eden Prairie yearbook, this thing, and I think it's even referenced in something that you're going to get as you leave today. This notion or this phrase that talks about one senior writing to another senior saying, this isn't the end. It isn't even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. The end of that formative time that you have as young adults, getting ready to, in a sense, go out into the world, whatever that is, from this formative experience of a K-12 education, and in particular high school. And as I think about how you guys experienced that and how you showed up as a group, there are 3 things that I want to offer as advice, but then say to you examples of how you demonstrated it. There are 3 A's. The first is, I hope as you transition from one part of your life to another, that you get a chance to apologize. I hope you get a chance to reflect and think about, there's probably somebody, before we part ways from one another, that there's an old wound, there's an old grudge, and then you can say, before we leave each other, I just want to mend a fence with you. And just say, I'm sorry about how that went. I stand in front of you as the principal of a really, really big school and want to believe that every single one of you had an amazing experience here. I want to believe that. But what I know for a fact is that wasn't always the case. We set, like you do, very high expectations for ourselves as a staff here, as a building, as a community. And our expectations are uttered in a phrase from our mission statement, that we inspire you to learn every day, each one of you. For those times that didn't happen to you, if you feel as you leave here that didn't happen for you, and you can't say, what an amazing thing. From my heart, I'm sorry that happened. And I challenge you to consider the fact that when you turn a page in your life book, every new page is a fresh start. And take advantage of that fresh start to say, based on what just happened, I want to make my life trajectory better by doing this. So what I hope you get a chance to do is what I'm trying to do with you right now, and say it would be my hope that every day, literally, each day for each of you would be an inspiring day. And if as you leave here you don't feel that, I'm sorry. And I hope that next chapter in your life feels that way. Because what I know, whether I know you or not, is each and every one of you deserve that. Secondly, I hope you get a chance to express your admiration. That's the second thing. That you get a chance to tell somebody that you admire them, especially if you've never done it before. Can you imagine what it feels like to have somebody come up to you out of the blue and say, you know, I don't really know you that well, or we've never really talked about this before, but gosh, I really admire how you... If you don't think that when somebody gets up here and sits in front of you and performs, and that you show your admiration of them with a standing ovation, if you don't think that's impactful, if you don't think that matters, you're not paying attention. That matters a lot. I want to tell you the thing that I admire about you guys so much that is different from other classes. All good. I love all. But the thing that's different about you guys that I really admire is that during your senior year, I never felt that you had to do something as individuals that was about, it's all about me. Look at me, pay attention to me. I don't know if you remember this or not, but when we were together after the senior picture, after the last celebration, I talked about this idea that none of us is as important as all of us. You guys have embraced that. I come up with that idea because I see you doing it. There isn't a need in a big event for somebody to stand out on their own and do their own thing. This happens other places. When you gather in a place like this and somebody's up here performing and something happens and somebody will shout something from up there like it's about them. What up? You know, the comedian. Funny kind of stuff. You guys have been so, what I admire is you're so confident in who you are as a group that nobody has to splinter off away from it and do their own thing, separate from, apart from, different from, to distract from the moment that somebody's created. Upstaging them in theater parlance, or doing your own thing in the stands when the group is trying to do a cheer. That's so cool. I'm going to tell you, you have the opportunity to be like that all the time. To suspend, in a sense, your moment is always going to be there. You will always have great moments. But to suspend you for a second and give somebody else the chance to have theirs is something I admire so much about you. So much so that I'm going to say this. People want to be you. They want to be here. They want to be here so much that they might even contact you to try to organize something where we swap senior classes for a day. Oh. Please. I'm not trying to be manipulative here. I'm just telling you, I don't blame anybody. From schools that are blue and their mascots are flat rock. I don't blame them for wanting to be here. That's their dream every day. I'm going to keep putting it in front of you guys. I really do admire that about you, and you have a chance. 4 days. You have a chance. 4 days to finish the way you've been. And let me keep telling the story that I've told about you. You have a choice. I admire that about you. Lastly, I hope you get a chance, the third A, to express your appreciation. Nothing matters more. Nothing matters more than to tell someone thank you. You are amazing people, every one of you, but you did not get here alone. Parents, people who act as parents, adult advisors and guides and religious leaders, friends, teachers, your friends, to be able to take a moment and express appreciation is a mark of a person, again, who doesn't consider themselves the center of the universe, but somebody, like we heard in Scott Risky's paper, it's about giving to others. And it is the cheapest thing with the biggest impact that you can do. To take a moment and authentically express appreciation. I want to tell you a story about you that I appreciate so much, two of them. One you've heard me do in front of you at the last celebration. Do you know what it's like to be the principal of this school at a celebration with 3,000 people when the Winter Guard is doing a performance, throwing guns and flags all over the place and doing amazing stuff, and have a parent tap me on the shoulder as you watch and show your appreciation of them and say to me, these kids are so gracious. Come on. 3,000 people in a gym, and a member of our community, a parent, walks away with an impression of a school that I lead, and I take a lot of personal responsibility for this place, and say to me, God, these kids are so gracious. I want to work so hard to make that happen all the time, because you did that. I appreciate that about you. I sit in a room with a bunch of parents of incoming ninth graders, most of whom it's their first kid, and frankly, they're scared to death. They see a really big place and they're worried about their kids. And in front of them is a panel of our current ninth graders who are talking about their experience. And the question comes up, what's it like with the seniors and how they treat freshmen? To a kid, a wide cross-section of you guys, to a kid, what are you talking about? Well, they're really nice. Do you think that happens everywhere? It does not. I appreciate that you create a school where I work, that goes on. Guys, there are a lot of things in life that make us think that the formula for success is complicated. It isn't. It's simple. Simple things make big things happen. I believe that if every day a person can apologize authentically, can admire often, and can show their appreciation every chance they get, boy, those are three simple things that I think will lead to a great life. And the reason I know it is because it happens here all the time. You've led that. You've led that. And when you leave, we bring the next group up, and they're going to look at you to say, this is how you lead a school. So like we said up here, there will be people that will be impacted long down the road that you've never met because of the way you are. I stand in front of you, proud, like you're all my own, that you can do that every single day. Apologize. Show your admiration. Express your appreciation. And you'll experience what I experience. The amazing opportunity to live a life like this every single day. I know it's so corny, but I mean it. I really do, whether I know you well or not. What I feel because of that is love. Your principal loves you and loves what you've been able to do for these past 4 years. I can hardly wait to put you in funny black dresses and square hats and shake your hands and send you out into the world because they have no idea the impact that you're going to have. I'm proud of every one of you. God bless each and every one of you. Eagle Nation, let's go to class.